Today's a big day. Recipe review of the best, really, the best recipe so far. Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. Dr. Pepper. Yes! So, ladies and gentlemen, today's a big day. And the reason why, recipe review of the best, really, the best recipe so far in terms of dinner, okay, because the best recipe in the morning is already been taken, which is the Oreo cookie recipe for the breakfast. But this one for dinner, ladies and gentlemen, besides the recipe reveal of the Japanese rice, this one is bellissimo. So today we're going to reveal to you the recipe that is freaking amazing. Thai sweet basil, I don't know for sure, but Thai basil chicken, which is probably one of the best recipes ever made in the Rico van Huizen kitchen. So let's get into it. First of all, I want to make sure that we cook our rice, that it is ready. Okay? You need to make sure that whenever you cook rice, you let it steam after it is cooked through and all the water is absorbed in the rice. And whenever you let it steam, man, you got perfect rice. So that's the first secret. Then the ingredients though. We have chicken thighs. We have bell pepper, peppers. We got basil. We got chicken broth powder, some sunflower oil, fish sauce. We got oyster sauce, cumin sauce. We got shallots, garlics, and that is basically the ingredients for this particular recipe. So let's get into it. It's easy to make. Normally I would cut up this chicken thigh into very small pieces, okay, but for this particular video I wanted to make it easy. So once the rice is cooked through, you can hear it crack in the bottom, so that's an indication that the rice is completely absorbed with the water, because there's no more water left over. You hear it crack, a little bit burn on the other side. So we're gonna turn off the heat, put on the lid and let it steam before we're gonna prepare all other stuff. Second, guys, we're gonna have the oyster sauce, approximately 100 grams. We're gonna add some soy sauce, so around 11 is okay. The fish sauce, so when we have approximately the same amount as the soy sauce. So now we're gonna prepare chicken broth. Just gonna put some chicken broth in here. After that, we're gonna thin out this moisture a little bit with cooked water, like that. We're gonna mix this mixture, and this will be the base for the chicken. Okay, we are not gonna moisten the chicken at all. We're gonna use this mixture whenever the chicken is already cooked through in the pan. I forgot about two ingredients, which is brown sugar, white sugar, because all the other ingredients are a little bit salt. Okay, so we need to add a little bit of sweetness to this before it gets too salty. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So this is about 7 grams. There's no exact math to this recipe, just whatever you like. table sugar, 7 grams, and then mix it thoroughly. And the sugar also tends to caramelize whenever we go to cook it. Always when you're making these sauces, you want to make sure you're gonna do a little taste test, right? To make sure that it is not too salty, not too sweet, whatever you want. Perfect. Now we're getting into chopping all the ingredients that we have, the shallots, the basil, the bell peppers, and the hot peppers. And after that we're gonna start with making the chicken in the pan and add all the ingredients together. Okay, so we got the basil over here. And what you want to do, you want to grab all the leaves, roll it up, and chop it in very small pieces. Now we're doing it in one direction. After this has been chopped, we're going to chop it into the other direction. Make it small as possible. It doesn't really matter how small you're really cutting it, you know, because eventually it will evaporize all the water in this basil, but it will give you a solid taste into this lovely dish. Garlics right now, and really the key for garlic is to press them, and you will get rid of the skin very easy. Okay, sometimes you see a lot of people stress a lot by taking the skin off the garlic, which is a hassle. So that's it. Chop, get rid of the first layer, put it on the, press it, boom, there you got it. That's it. So we're now gonna chop all the garlics in very small pieces. Okay. A lot of people have a hard time chopping these things into small pieces, but hey, practice makes perfect. So once it is fairly chopped, what I like to do is put some extra choppings. The results of chopping onions, man, take care of it, man. So with everything now being chopped, the sauce is ready, the basil is ready. Now we're going to stir fry the chicken in the pan with the vegetable oil. Just a little vegetable oil. This is 6 grams. For me, because it's more chicken, I will have to 14 grams. Jeez. It's okay, bro. Don't worry. So because we're going to stir fry, I want to make sure that the pans are at high heat, okay? So whenever we put in the chicken, we're gonna hear a sizzling effect. So, whoa. Oh. We're gonna spread out the chicken evenly. So I want to make sure that we are cooking it almost through, like gold brown. This is going to take longer. The more chicken you're going to put in the pan, chicken thighs, will release more water. Therefore, you need to wait longer before it is actually turning into a little bit brownish color, okay? Alright, this one is quick at first since this one is still releasing water. This one is also looking good. We have added some of all the ingredients over here, the vegetables, the garlic, the onions, the bell pepper. So we're gonna cook this for around 3 minutes. So, well, actually editing the video for this particular recipe, you know, I was editing and yeah, almost at the end parts, the most important parts of this particular recipe, you know, the audio was somehow totally vanished. So at step number 2, we are going further where we have left off. Currently we are now having cooked all the vegetables together with the chicken. It already looks good. So right now we're going to pour in the sauce just to cover the base layer to let it caramelize, and then after the process we're going to add the rest of the sauce. So let's do that right now. So right now just a little bit, not too much. not everything. We're gonna let it caramelize a little bit, mix it together. So we let it sit for just another minute. Put the rest in. Boom. So every now and then we want to keep mixing everything. Like I said, otherwise the sauce gets burned instead of caramelized. I want to keep toss around. So in this particular stage we have caramelized the whole sauce with the chicken. It's actually ready. So after that process we're gonna turn off the heat and we're gonna mix in the basil between the chicken. So during that process, because it's still warm, it will eventually evaporate a little bit water within the basil, because it's of course a plant or vegetable. I don't know, herb. That's the correct word. Gonna mix that through and gets a little bit. This is the one that's actually gonna, create a little bit of a taste, flavor between it, and not only that, it gives pretty color. So right now we have this. Now don't tell me this looks freaking amazing. So gonna get some basil, put on top of it. And we're gonna mix the whole thing together. Remember guys, the heat is off, okay? Because it's still warm, it is enough to mix the basil in, and it is not getting burned whatsoever. So we're done cooking right now, so let's make our dish and yeah, get into it. Taste test. Believe me, once you try this recipe, you will never change again, man. Oh. This is by far the best recipe that I've ever cooked. So really try it out because it's gonna be amazing.